Today I'm doing a Q&A video. I'm doing a smoke with me. If you're younger than 18, click off. So we're gonna light up these incense before we smoke because you kind of have to set the tone. Some of these questions I got from like people who slid up on my story. A lot of the other questions I got off Google just because they were like thought-provoking. I don't need a lot of weed to feel the effects of it. I don't like to get too high. If you're already high, you don't need to additionally smoke more weed to get even more higher. I feel like it's just a waste of weed when people do that. Is you smoke off bongs. I have a bong. I'll show you, but I have to blur it out because I don't think that's allowed on YouTube. Or I don't know. I'm new here.
Yeah. It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
That's my bong. What type of genre of music do you listen to? I listen to rap, R&B, old school hip hop, nightcore, the throwbacks, like Justin Bieber, Eenie Meenie. That's my shit. Like I listen to pop. I never listen to K-pop. I do listen to anime openings. Future Diary. I liked that anime opening. I like the Tokyo Ghoul anime opening, of course. That's kind of basic though. What other anime opening do I like? I like Soul Eater, the second opening. I like that. Like Hey There Delilah, By the White Tees, Pierce the Veil sometimes, like Gerard Way. Yeah, that's about all I listen to. I don't listen to country music. I don't listen to like screamo or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's too aggressive for me. Somebody said to listen to Pull Up from Wiz Khalifa featuring Lil Uzi Vert. I don't like it. Sorry. How did you get into card reading? It's actually a funny story. I was 16 years old. I wanted to understand more about the supernatural. Like, people used to be like super connected with nature. I started doing a little bit of meditation each day. Like, for like 2 or 3 days in a row, I was doing it. I was like meditating. It popped up into my head like cards. I'm pretty sure I got like a red pack and a blue pack as a gift from somebody. It was beside my bed though. I looked by my bed and I picked it up and I was like, cards. But I didn't play cards like that. Like I wasn't into games like that. Got into the research about like, what do cards have to do with supernatural? And it said like, people do like cardomancy. And eventually I just started like reading cards for myself. Like that's all that kept popping up in the cards was that people were doing things behind my back that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know if I was bugging or not. Come to find out, yeah, my partner at that time was cheating on me. I had to find that out through like tarot card readings. I'm over it now, like that was a long time ago, but I was having a lot of anxiety around that time. I started seeing a counselor, like therapists. I didn't know what was going on with me. Like tarot cards literally saved my life. Like you guys don't understand. My partner at the time, when I brought it up to him, I was like, you're cheating on me. Like, you know you're doing something very bad behind my back and you don't feel anything about it. It really hurt my feelings to see all that because I was actually being a genuine, like, real person. Like, that person in my life at that time told me, like, he was going through a lot and, like, his family was, like, not there for him. He told me all of his problems and it made me want to care for him, you know what I mean? Like it made me want to like I wanted to carry all his problems and like protect him from all the problems because I knew how that felt, you know what I mean? Like to not have somebody there. I felt very manipulated. So I tried telling myself it wasn't that bad, but now that I think about it, like the stuff that happened kind of was that bad. After all that happened, like I was going through a hard time, dude. Like I don't know. I started like relying on their tarot cards more than I did like talking and conversing with people. So I got really introverted and like I got really antisocial. And I started to like keep to myself more. Cause like damn, like not everybody has your best intentions sometimes. and it sucks. Like, well, it sucked at that time. It's different now. Like, I'm not going through anything like that now, but like when I was going through it, I was going through it. I needed tarot card reading for most of the stuff I was going through. It showed me the real energies. Like, energy doesn't lie. After I got into it more, I started watching them on YouTube, like pick a cards, channeled messages. I was really into all of it, because it was like, if the people here aren't out for my best interests, but these people through the screen are like giving me guidance through these readings, you know, like we're connecting through the video, through these readings, and it's like helping me get through all the mush that's like all the turmoil that I felt. Or I was in a homeless shelter because I was going through it with like my family. Even like my family didn't agree with who I was with at the time, but they knew that I cared, I feel like. And I had like a deck of tarot cards. That was all I had. I did not enjoy that, and it made me not like never want to fall in love again. Yeah, there's really no like resentment or animosity. It just kind of is what it is. We're in this moment in time. That was a wild ass question. That kind of got like really deep. But that's how I got into tarot card reading. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? So I literally just explained all that shit. Like, I feel like tarot card reading in a way taught me how to be strong on my own. I wouldn't say it's on my own, because it's kind of like a device like you could use for guidance. What do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? I wish I did spend more time doing art, because I used to be into painting. Like, I would paint like galaxies on my notebooks when I was in like grade 6, and my teacher used to compliment them, like, did you paint that? Like, do you ask enough questions, or do you settle for what you know? I ask the most questions. I'm one of those people in the world that doesn't stop asking questions. I think it's great to keep asking questions, asking yourself questions. Do you think that crying is a sign of weakness or strength? I feel like it depends. If you're crying for pity and you know that you're crying for pity, I feel like it's a sign of weakness. But I feel like if something means a lot to you and it makes you feel emotional and you really feel like you really care about it, I feel like crying is a sign of strength in that way. If it makes you cry, it makes you cry, you know? Crying is a very human thing to do. I feel like crying is natural. If you feel like you need to cry and you can't stop yourself from crying, it's okay to cry. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Nothing. I don't care if anybody judges me, as I'm just being real. Like, I'm just me. Like, I'm really just, it's nothing, you know, it's me. Do you celebrate the things you do have? I do. Yeah, I try to give thanks every day. Because every day I'll walk myself through a little pep talk. I'm like, okay, my heart's beating. Okay, like, I just said that to somebody this morning. There's really blood circulating through my body right now, like pumping through every part of my body right now automatically without me having to do anything. How cool is that? That's fucking cool. But yeah, I give thanks for like everything. Like, I give thanks because my body's functioning. I give thanks for like the plants in nature. I give thanks for the birds. I give thanks for everybody else's help in my growth. I give thanks for getting every time I get a new perspective, I give thanks. Yeah, I do celebrate the things I do have. I don't celebrate it in like the ways that other people might celebrate, but I do celebrate. I celebrate the small things and the big things. I'm just kind of quiet about it. You know what I mean? What is the difference between living and existing? That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, what's the difference between living and existing? Well, if you're living, I feel like you're doing things that you're passionate about, that you really enjoy. I feel like you're happy in everything you do. If you're just existing, I feel like there's no drive, there's no like will. And I sympathize for people who feel that way. I feel like if you're just existing, like you're not happy with where you're at, or you're doing things that don't fill you up, like you're doing things with no meaning or purpose, or it feels like that, you know what I mean? Sometimes I need to ask people, like, when was the last time you genuinely enjoyed yourself? Because sometimes people need that reminder. There's a feeling out there that you'll thrive in, and you just need to find it. Like, you just need to find the spark. Is it possible to lie without saying a word? I don't think so. I think it's possible to withhold certain information, but I don't think that could be considered a lie. I feel like if you're like withholding information from somebody or like a group of people for like your own personal reasons, like that makes sense to you, then I feel like it's not a lie. I feel like it's just protecting yourself. When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you the most? Okay. When I'm 80 years old, I feel like the things that are gonna matter to me will be that I was a good person. My family, probably the people I take care of, or the people who take care of me, if it ever gets to that point. Spreading wisdom, giving people guidance, basically the same things that I like feel that are important right now would still be important to me all the way down the line. Would you break the law to save a loved one? Well, you know me. I'm a rule breaker. I'm an Aquarius. It depends how severe the law breaking is. What kind of law are we talking here? I would do anything to save the people I care about. Like, of course I would break the law to save a loved one. If what they did was reasonable, then yeah, I'd break the law to save a loved one. Somebody asked me, how long did you take to bead your hardest piece? What piece was it? The hardest one I did so far was probably the Tupac medallion that I made recently. Or like because the Tyler the Creator ones were really detailed and intricate, but they didn't really take that long now that I think about it. Thank you for asking me your question. What's the goal within your small business? Well, my goal is just to keep expanding with my small business. Yeah, hopefully we can just keep expanding. That's all I want, really. Where is it headed in the future? As the business grows, I want my mind to grow even bigger than the business so that I can continue to generate big ideas and continue to put those ideas into fruition. So that's the goal. I want to do pop-up shops, online based, or a little bit of everything. I want to do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I'm open to like new experiences right now because I realize life's too short. You know, you got to do a little bit of everything. I'll be doing a little bit of everything. You'll be seeing. What's your advice on starting a YouTube channel? I feel like I can't give advice on that yet, like better advice on that yet, because I just started my YouTube channel. But definitely stay consistent with posting your content. If you're starting a new YouTube channel, it's like building a resume, like building a catalog. Like, you know, the more stuff you post, like, and it doesn't matter if anybody sees it now or later, but it's just like the more stuff that you post, the more things that people have to look back on, and if they don't relate to something, they'll relate to something else that you're making. So just be real authentic, keep posting. What do we all have in common besides our genes that make us human? Emotions. Everybody can connect through emotion. Everybody's heard music at least once in their lifetime. Humans like music. We all have that in common. Belief in that there's something bigger than us that exists somewhere. And it's in almost every single religion believes that there's like some kind of source that's other than ourselves. So I would say that's what we have in common. I don't know if I could say that because some people are atheists. Everybody needs to eat food to survive. Everybody needs to shit to survive. Everybody needs to drink water to survive. Everybody cries, everybody hurts, everybody experiences happy emotions, sad emotions. Everybody goes through roller coasters of ups and downs. Next question. What's the cringiest thing you've ever put on social media? I'm not gonna put it in here. Yeah, when I was 17, I did this freestyle. It was called like Profound Star. That I can't even listen to it. I try not to think about it. How much does your personality change around people? I don't think it really changes. I think I'm still the same person around people. I think I just get really quiet and observant. That's why I'm trying to connect with people through the camera, because I feel like it's comfortable for me and the audience to connect that way. How do you define beauty? How do I define beauty? I feel like you can't define beauty. I was talking to my friend the other day about this actually. Like unconventional beauty. I think everybody's beautiful to somebody on earth. Gee, I was watching this YouTube video about like a freak show, right? They had this lady in there who had like a beard, like a full-grown beard, right? I thought she was beautiful though. When I start to understand how different people work and like different things, like what different things mean to other people, it made me realize that like it made me feel a different type of, like, have a different type of appreciation for everything. I thought she was beautiful because hair in a lot of cultures actually represent, like, hair is like our antennas, right? Like, hair in indigenous, like, my history, like, was seen as like a symbol of strength. And like when the males had long hair and braided it, it was seen as like very masculine. I think it was seen as very masculine to embrace like your hair, like your features, like everything about yourself. And when you embrace everything about yourself, I think it's seen as very masculine because you're secure and you're comfortable in who you are. The hair was beautiful because I remember when I was in kindergarten, when I was going to this daycare, I remember like getting made fun of in kindergarten for having like hairy arms. I still have hairy arms. Like, I had, like, mustache hairs, too. Like, I had peach fuzz when I was a kid, so I just naturally always had a lot of hair on my body. So I remember going to my teacher, well, my daycare teacher. She was really sweet. And I remember telling her, and she said, you know what? And she said, in my culture, like, where I come from, like, to a lot of different women and a lot of different men, hair is actually a symbol of beauty, like, and, like, status, basically. You know, it reflects beauty. And I get it now because it's like your hair is a part of your senses. Your hair should be considered a sense. Balloon, you could rub a balloon on your head and your hair gets staticky. Your hair is electrical. Once I understood that, I looked at like women and like men differently. The way that I looked at like hair changed, like facial hair changed, people with long hair changed, people with curly hair changed. Now I just kind of want to like embrace everybody and everything because life's very short. There's a lot more things to worry about than like somebody's hair on their body. You know what I mean? I kind of went on a long tangent on that question, but how I define beauty. Beauty shouldn't be defined. I feel like everybody's beautiful. If flowers could talk, what do you think they'd sound like? I think if flowers could talk, they'd communicate through an image. I feel like they would sound like music, like violins. I feel like they would sound like a symphony. There's like this device, I forget what it's called, Plant Wave. I think it's called Plant Wave. There's this device where you could clip it onto the plant's leaves and it literally like, I don't know what it does, but it shows you how the plant sounds, if that makes sense. Or it shows you, yeah, like you can communicate with the plant, I guess. Yeah, I think they'd sound like music. My face is baking right now. I use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and I use the middle shade to bake and highlight my facial features. Do you believe in soulmates? I believe in soulmates, yeah. I think a soulmate is somebody that you share a deep connection with, and it's mutual. You guys want to see each other elevate. I think that's what a soulmate is. A soulmate could be a friend, a soulmate could be your mom, a soulmate could be your cat, a soulmate could be your dog, a soulmate could be your children, a soulmate could be anybody. What are your top 3 ways to deal with stress? This is a very good question. If I'm like really drained, I just take a nap. When I have thoughts that I don't want to openly express to anybody, I just write it in my notes. If I'm stressed out, I just eat something. Like, I eat fruit. And like, I'll talk to like my best friend. And it alleviates my stress. Okay, I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna do some of these lashes off camera, but this is how much I got so far. I'm gonna continue this off camera, so I'll be right back. I just finished packaging them up. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you like the video. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments. I had a lot of fun filming this video. Yeah, peace out.